Okay. All right, I got mine going. Now I just have to fix the desktop audio. No filters applied. Okay. All right, everybody, hang on. See, I got a brand new pair of headphones, and unfortunately, it's causing a bit of a problem here. Hold on. Let's see. Mhm. Yeah. Happened. No, not the full screen. I got the mic input. It's the desktop audio that's got nothing right now. Yep. Oops. I don't want to disable pro. I don't want to. Sorry, everybody. Uh, there's Lala. Hey, Lala. All right. What is going on? Why can't I get desktop audio going? Hold on. Wait.
All right.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Hey,
Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry, everybody.
Lala, can you hear us?
Please type yes. Or there it is. Type 1 for yes. Type 9
I'll
for
make
no.
my way to Twitch. Give me a second.
Okay.
Pearl 1, Pearl 2, Pearl 3, Pearl 5.
Knit 1, Pearl 2. All right, let's try. That I should have done this. I should have done this earlier when I was wearing the new headphones in the first place. So my fault. Sorry, everybody.
It's all right.
Yeah, and on top of that, we had to use the old attention to 1 opening because actually tonight we're doing tech talk, but I don't have an opening for that yet. Let's just say life and a new job has kept me busy.
Not to mention new headset need to be figured out.
Yeah, but at least it's figured out, so we're good now. All right. So
let's get back. Let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday night here at Beyond the Airways, the Infinity Project, and tonight, even though we were using the old Attention to 1 opening, it's actually not Attention to 1. It's our first ever Tech Talk episode. And of course, we'll talk about the topic tonight in a few minutes. But time for some intros. I am your host for tonight. I am Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined on the line by 5 of my crazy cohorts. First, to my immediate left, we have our master and creator, Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
It's me, everybody.
No thanks.
To my immediate right, we have our star
You know
child,
what?
Janet.
Actually, I
Hello,
will
Janet.
spit and spin. Check this out.
Hello, how's it going?
If I did, I'd get dizzy. But at least I'm wireless, so I don't have to worry about tied up. Let's see. Let's see. To my bottom left, we have Joker and Oracle. Hello, Mike and Ash.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
And to my bottom right,
warming up supper.
Yeah, and to my bottom right, we have a resident B button, John. Hello, John.
Hey, Shirley.
All right. So, anywho,
Before we get started, I want to offer you an opportunity, Shirley.
Okay.
In the small amount of time you've had those headphones, what's your review?
I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. I mean,
now
I can watch TV, and it's like in surround sound in my ears.
There you go.
It's like I like that.
Now, to explain to everyone else what that is, me, Shirley, and my wife, Alley Cat, who isn't on right now, Eclipse, it all have the same style headphones. They are called Logitech G733s.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I will have a pair of them myself. Ash too later on down the road.
Yeah, and that means we're gonna go wireless completely.
To explain how good this is, the G line of stuff from Logitech is designed for gamers. And me and my wife both also have G602 mouse, also Logitech,
Uh huh. Also
and
wireless.
yep, also wireless. And to be honest, I recommend um anyone who's in the market for a new uh PC peripheral being anything that doesn't directly connect to the system bus of a computer and usually connects it has something to do with you. I highly recommend Logitech. Logitech has never steered me wrong. The products are amazing.
Oh, I know. Let me put it this way. I don't use a gaming keyboard, but I have this thing, my good old reliable wireless keyboard. It's a Logitech. This wireless mouse is Logitech. I have the exact same thing at my new job too. I took off the old mouse and the old keyboard and put my little dongle in there, and both my mouse and my keyboard work wonderfully there already.
Yes, and Logitech has this uh, technology called Unify, which allows you to use one nano receiver that's like this big. In fact, this one isn't a unifying receiver, but this is the size of the unifying receivers right
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Okay, and multiple devices can communicate with the same unifying receiver, and you can reset them to whatever devices you want. Wow, 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 wow. It's really good. Okay.
I don't,
I got a question. Could this work? My TV's got some ports. Do you think the Logitech could work for the TV too? I don't know. I
I
doubt
have
it.
not actually tested that.
What kind of ports does it have, Shirley?
USB
USB?
ports.
Okay, look in the owner's manual, see whether or not it'd support
Okay. Yeah.
stereo headphones.
This is my wife's Unify headset receiver, and while it is a little bit longer than the nano receivers, the reason they're a little bit longer is these use what's called light speed connections, which allow for higher speeds, higher activity rates, and less BS.
Just
And
hire
Very
yes,
nice.
everything.
they are directly USB.
And I'm loving this already because it's like a few minutes ago, just before the show started, I was going to get up and grab my bottle of water. And I was looking for the wire. I was like, oh wait a minute, I don't have a wire. What am I doing?
Which
There
is
you
good.
go.
Which, in upon itself, the fact that they're wireless and work very well is a very huge advantage.
Yeah.
So, if you're in the market for anything for your computer to make it better, Logitech. You want to say something, Jan?
I don't have exactly the same set as these guys do, but I'm loving mine. I got up, had to get my headphones out of my bedroom, turned them on, heard Frodo and his Sarah talking. And last night, when I first got them, went into the family room. Perfect sound. Not exactly like the ones they have, but I'm happy with mine.
Hey, that's okay. That's
And,
okay.
and and to be honest, like I was saying just now, Logitech Steel Series, most of the time you want to stick with something quote unquote gaming, even though gaming, as far as computers is concerned, is kind of a buzzword nowadays. The thing that is true is that usually uh gamers demand a higher quality than non-gamers. Your Steel Series headset, my John,
Hmm.
that's a gaming headset.
I'll have to keep that in mind. Certainly, tried some video games with it this evening. A little bit louder than I expected, but
But the point
uh,
being,
I just saw Sajo in the chat. Hello, Sajo.
hey,
Hi,
Saj.
Saj.
what we're saying is that if you're looking for good quality, gaming hardware is always the best.
Oh
And
yeah,
the best of the best is SteelSeries or Logitech.
Yep,
gotcha,
exactly.
gotcha.
Mine's
Now, Steels,
Logitech.
that's spelled.
ST. Look at your headset, John.
Just making sure. Okay, not spelled like the tool manufacturer.
Nope, it's spelled like the metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, just a little heads up. If people are looking for stuff, Logitech is the way to go.
That is. And I got a smoking deal on mine. I'm not going to go into price
Okay,
till after the
Good
show.
idea.
okay.
But
You
I
already
will
know
say
it.
this before anyone tries to claim that we're corporate shills for Logi and that we are getting paid.
No, we're not.
I do not get paid a dime for Logitech.
Mm-mm.
Now, if Logitech wanted to sponsor the show, I'd be game for it.
I know I.
But
That'd be awesome.
we earn $0.00 for stating that Logitech is a good brand.
Hey, we're speaking from experience. All of
Exactly.
us are speaking from experience.
Oh
That
yeah.
is true.
Now
Every
there's just
time,
one. Now there's Logitech needs to make one more thing: wireless webcams.
They might actually be working on that. But
Soon.
anyway, getting back to what we're going to talk about tonight, our subject of the night is scams. Scammers. The pieces of shit that want to rip dollar bills out of your wallet
Yep.
just to make themselves not have to work a legit job. And if you can't tell, I have a little bit of hatred for them, so
So do
okay,
I.
listen. If you guys can find a copy of this month's AARP magazine online, they have a whole article. This guy went undercover and exposed the scammers in New Delhi, India.
mhm.
I read the article and hooray for him.
I'm going to say this right now. There are all types of scammers. Now, I know everyone's heard of the classic, I'm a Nigerian prince from Niger who
Yeah.
has a $50 million estate, but I need someone to cash the check from the United States. I will send you $300. You cash that check, and if it goes through and I'm able to access it, I will send you the rest.
Yeah, right.
That is a classic scam, and I'm gonna tell you,
People.
How many
do not.
people fall
There are
for it
some
though?
people. There are some people who will still be dumb enough to fall for it.
Yes, I
Please,
know there.
you
Go
keep
ahead.
going on. No, this is for after the Nigerian scammer thing.
I mean, it happens. It still happens to this day. I can check my Gmail spam folder, and I'm actually gonna do that on air live right now.
Okay.
Spam, and I'm gonna go through the first four messages in my spam folder.
Okay.
Answer
Hopefully
me.
the.
Answer me. This is the third time I've written to you.
Mhm.
And the message says, I'm a single girl, 24 years old, brunette, blue eye. Yeah, go to hell.
Scam.
Oh, you want to hear something that Ash has gotten recently?
But
What's
Hmm.
that?
Got an email saying stop texting my husband.
what?
From a Like what? Yeah, she literally got a email saying stop texting my husband. This is the last time I'm telling you this.
Federal
Okay.
Reserve Bank
Yeah, it's really
says final payment notice. They want all my information. Nope. Go to hell. I'm just literally selecting random messages on here,
Yeah.
okay?
Let me go through mine too. I have spam also, so let me see.
Um, penis size.
Oh, Frodo, I was afraid you were going to say that. Twitch, please understand, this
We're
is for the purposes of
Oh, I
education.
get them even worse. I
Mhm.
get them even worse. They ask me, "Do you want a fuck buddy?"
Mm.
well. I'm
I get
just
a ton of
we're
those. I just tweet them.
Guys, I'm
exactly
not
what.
worried. I'm just worried about Twitch censoring us for the wrong reasons. That's the only reason I said what I did.
No,
Okay.
and that's good. I agree. We are doing this for educational purposes and nothing more. I am not entering any links that these messages are showing. I am
Oh,
just entering the message so I can go through this.
All right. Here's what I got. First one is cannabis gummies.
yeah.
Let's see. Then you have Lexington
I get a
Law,
few
free
of
credit
those.
report consultation. What's not to love? Federal tax return, IRS Fresh Start program. Bessie Buy instead of Best Buy, it's Bessie Buy.
Very
You know that's a
nice.
scam. You know
Yeah.
that's a scam. Got some
Yeah.
Bessie buy instead of Best Buy.
Yeah. There's keto weight loss.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's amazing how many spam messages. I mean, all these are in my spam folder.
hmm
Thank goodness.
Well,
this,
mine, I
this
don't exactly have a spam folder, but mine falls under my promotions part of my Gmail. And I just go through and shit can them all.
Yeah.
but okay, spam is one thing, okay? And that is a very real issue. Spam happens. Most good email providers give you a spam folder that does not count uh, against your mailbox quota. Thank God. There's a second type of scam on the internet that everyone needs to be aware of, and it's from ads. Now, let me break this down to you. You know all those ads along the side of your page or
How the hell
interspersed.
do you get rid of them mothers? How the hell do you get rid of them?
You have to pay a monthly fee to the whatever website you're using,
No, you
generally.
don't. No, you don't. There's an easier way. For the most part, most sites will be cool with this because they understand the reason. Now, every new computer or every computer I refurbish personally, when I do the work, the first one of the first things I ever do is go onto every web browser that they have on that computer and install the AdBlock Plus extension. Mike and
Is it through
Ashley,
Google? Is it through Google Chrome?
mm-hmm. Mike and Ashley, I've done it to their computers.
I've done
Okay,
it on mine, but to get some stories, I have to turn it off.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've done it with my wife's as well. I do it to every computer I ever get, and there's a good reason. The ads that you get on those sites are usually either JPEG, PNG, GIF, or TIFF images.
Okay, I know
Okay,
the JPEG, what JPEG is. What is a GIF and TIFF?
GIF is
One of
an
those little
Should be
animation.
usually
generated.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
they're usually animated.
It's
Exactly.
generated image file, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a generated image file that a lot of times has an animation to it. So if you see like a sidebar ad that's changing, more than likely that's either a PNG slideshow or B a GIF image. Okay.
All right.
The thing is those pictures aren't the only things that are in there. If you're ever interested in your browser, if you right click anywhere in an active page and click View Page Source. Now, I don't know who's all done this out of curiosity. I do not know, but I do it occasionally just because I'm bored and want to know. Okay?
Hmm.
In Google Chrome, you can also tap Control U. It'll bring up the page source. Now, it looks like a shit ton of gobbledygook if you don't know what you're looking at. But if you look at any of the scripts, any of the A commands, uh, A space href and images, img, right? img space src, you can see what kinds of things they're doing. Okay, so like I create computers on PC Part Picker, so I have part pickers thing up, right? And I
Right.
can see all the different links I have, all the different programs. Okay, there's the end of the head, and here comes the body, and okay, division. That's for that runs in the background.
So if you don't know what you're looking for and
Yeah,
all of that
li, which is list
gobbledygook,
item.
so if you don't know what to look
It
for and
can
all that
look
gobbledygook,
confusing
they
as
could hide
hell.
malware.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, here we
I'm gonna.
go.
Okay. I'll be back in a sec. I'm gonna go grab a couple grapes. I'm gonna see if I can keep my
Yep.
headphones on. Let's see. 'Cause the kitchen's not that far. I'm gonna try this for real. Here we
there's an
go.
A there's an A space href equals slash products slash CPU. And then that's the end of the href. And then there's image source, PC part picker static forever image nav CPU dot png. Usually PNG images are okay because they're actually designed for internet service. But if you look and you see like SVGs, those aren't a big deal. JPEGs aren't usually a big deal, but all types of images can have what's called metadata inserted in them. And metadata can do anything. And that's not even a hyperbole, that's not even a joke. I could create a metadata chain and send an image with that metadata chain to Shirley. Just using you as an example here.
That's fine.
And you wouldn't even know it was there because literally the image can be as small as a 1 by 1 pixel. You wouldn't even see it. Okay? And if I did that, I could make the metadata activate your RCP remote connection protocol and allow me full access to your computer.
Mhm.
Okay, it's really tricky and it's really dangerous. Most ad blockers by default block 1 by 1 images. They're called web bugs. Okay, and they're used to basically track you because when you load web page, your computer is taught how it works. Let's just use google.com for an example.
Okay.
Google.com exists in a range of IP addresses. Okay. And usually you'll get the best IP connection to you. Excuse me. When you type in google.com into your browser will send to a DNS server somewhere in the world. There's multiple different DNS servers, but there's actually master and slave DNS servers. and it's a whole it's a whole clusterfuck. Let's just not get into that, okay?
Yeah.
Let's just call DNS server and not even worry about it, okay?
Yeah.
Because for this purpose, it's right. So your browser sends in plain text usually, okay? And when I say plain text, I'm talking http://www.google.com spelled out to your DNS server of choice. Okay, and
Okay.
yes, you do choose your own DNS because depending on what you want. God damn you, Maddie.
What's he doing?
Daddy.
Aw.
Oh, he's
Nice.
making,
Ooh.
Maddie's making biscuits.
No, he's playing with the blinds.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like at my new job, we have to go through security awareness training because we have to be on the lookout for phishing emails, scam emails, and so forth. And every
Mhm.
and once a week they'll send us like an email that do you click on it or not. Unfortunately, I have already failed twice.
Oh,
But the
Ooh,
good news is nothing's
finish.
happened. It's a test. It's not a real.
It's a dummy email, right?
Yeah, it's a test that that my job that my workplace does have to see if you understand what what a spam email is, what a spoof email, a phishing email, and so forth. But
Yeah.
it's like some of these I've never run into before. And here's the interesting thing: there is a company called No B4. It's spelled KNOWBE and the number 4. It is actually run by a man named Kevin Mitnick, who just happened to have been the hacker of the FBI back in 2000.
nice.
Actually, Kevin Mitnick is one of the best hackers that has ever existed in this world. And
Hmm?
I'm going to be blunt honest with you, coming from a computer technician standpoint, he's a living legend.
He is because he see some of the training videos I had to look at for cybersecurity and all involved him. So it's like he showed exactly what he did to like create the fake email, so forth.
Yep. And it is interesting. But like I was saying, that the second vector would be ads. And as a general rule, ad block plus no script will nix those without problem. Okay? Then you get into the more sophisticated shit.
Yeah.
But before I get into sophisticated, John, did you want to say something?
Well, this was a scam that I thought of when Janet mentioned the AARP. Janet, have you by any chance gotten a call where you said hello and a voice said, Grandma?
No, I have not got that one.
Well,
And that
I'll
one
tell you,
was mentioned in the article. That
yeah,
one was mentioned in the article.
that is a scam that unfortunately now late marriage relatives of mine have fallen for. What they do
Oh,
is
shit.
they call up an elderly person, pose as their grandchild, and tell them, I'm stuck in a I've been arrested in a state I was traveling through, and now I need bail money. Can you wire me some?
Yes, that was mentioned in the article.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to go pull the AARP magazine out of the garbage. Can you guys keep talking?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mute.
Well,
No, I'm not
basically,
going to because I'm going to listen and participate.
Okay.
that's that's one that, like I said, hits close to home. My late paternal grandfather actually had that happen to him. Both my grandfathers had it happen to him, and my paternal one sadly fell for it. Won't tell you how
Oh,
badly they took him for a ride, but they did.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
just.
happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happened to me. Yeah, it basically happened to me. I fell for a scam. Basically, they emailed me saying, "Hey, You got a shot at a $35 an hour job with Ciox Healthcare, and it's a work from home job. And I'm thinking, holy
Exactly.
crap, that's exactly the kind of job I would like. I can work from home, don't worry about a thing. But here's where it started to go wrong, and I should have caught this as soon as it started. They wanted me to send in money.
You know why you didn't catch it, Shirley?
Why?
Because you weren't yet ready to believe it was a scam.
Yeah,
It
Yep.
sounded good enough that you didn't want to consider it was too good to be true, and that's how scams generally work.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because
And
I, I,
in
I
Okay.
think what happened was I was so desperate to get a job, I was willing to do anything.
Exactly. You didn't want to believe that it might not be true.
and I should have said something because I've had a feeling, but you know, you can't predict everything.
Yeah,
You
but
really
then,
can't. I
yeah,
can't predict everything.
right. But then,
Okay,
Exactly.
I
the the
cannot put the link to this AARP magazine in the chat, but I can read some of the scams. That is common. It's in this article.
Can you wait on that shirt, Jan? Because I was actually gonna
Sure.
start a new scam that I'm aware of.
okay, yeah. Oh, oh, can I finish mine, or do
Sorry.
you want to go ahead?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Now, basically, she wanted me to send in money, and it's like, okay, I guess if I do it, I guess it'll help pay for all the equipment. You're gonna get a MacBook with your name etched on it. It's like, okay, that's downright cool. I like that. And things were starting to get a little, you know, it seemed like it was okay. It's like I'm sending a lot of money though. But then I started realizing it was a scam when she wanted me to send $2,000 via Bitcoin.
Yeah. First thing you got to remember, folks, legit employers will never ask you for money.
Right.
They, say the least, anybody who's self employed knows anything you have to spend to get an employee onboarded is deductible as a business expense on your taxes. Businesses already know that, and they are prepared to make those to fund those expenses. If they ask you for money, chances are they're not going to supply you anything.
Yeah,
Exactly. Now, along that same standpoint, you got to understand that people are very, very tricky. Okay. It can happen to anybody. And that's not a hyperbole. That's not a joke. It can happen to the most savvy person in the world.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, I haven't fallen for any scams, but that's because I watch myself and I know the warning signs.
yeah,
Um, but as I was about to say a little bit ago, another very common and honestly irritating to tech people like me uh, scam is the whole, and I apologize to any people who have foreign accents. I have to do this to illustrate. Hey, I am John from Microsoft Tech Support, and
Oh,
we just got a report from your computer that you have viruses.
Oh,
We need to
that's one
help.
of the most common ones.
It is. And this is the problem. First off, while Windows 10 does have a lot of snooping capabilities into your computer, there is absolutely no one from Microsoft who's going to be sitting there reading every single bit and byte that comes out of your computer. It just wouldn't work because you have to remember Windows is the most popular OS. You have most popular computer OS. Let me be very specific. When you're talking phones, you're looking at Android as the most popular. But Google is the same way. So Microsoft does not have the um, manpower capable of sitting down every single moment of every single day of every single year, monitoring every single computer's bit stream coming out of it. It just can't happen. Because that would literally be a 24/7 job. And any interruption in that monitoring could cause more problems if they were trying to prevent viruses on the internet. It does not happen. And if you're smart about it, when you get that message, your first thing should be click. But
You know what my dad says? You know what Jack tells him? We used to get them, we haven't gotten it much lately, but this is what he says. Excuse me, Twitch. I'm quoting, doing a quote here, but this is Microsoft. We have, and he says, we don't even own a computer now. Fuck you and shut up. He hangs up on him.
well, and that's cool. But here's, as a technician, as someone who is in the tech industry, as deep
Uh-huh.
as I am, okay, I'm an asshole. I'll admit that right now. Most people know that I'm a nice person in person. Mike and Ash, B Button, they both have met me in person. They know I'm a nice person. But if you're trying to scam me, fuck off.
Yeah, this article, this guy, I don't know if you can see that, but if you could find this online, can you see it?
Inside the fraud factory.
Yep.
Yes. And this guy, he's an Irishman. They don't give his real name in the article, but he helped in the Indian Police Department shut these bastards down. There's a nice big article in here, but like I said, if you can find this a copy of this article online, read it. It makes for an
I
interesting
think I
read.
did. Hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can share the link in Zoom chat.
Okay.
Okay.
But
That's good.
anyway, getting back to what I was saying, with someone like me, who is it?
That is it. Good.
With someone like me who is a technology guru and is a sarcastic prick and loves to fuck with people's heads. What? What are you laughing about? You know it's true.
I do. You made me think of something funny. Finish your piece and then I'll say it.
I'm the motherfucker who will literally sit down with my phone talking to these Microsoft people because the way I figure it, the longer they're on the phone with me, acting like a fucking idiot, the less active they are to other people. But I'll fuck with them. I'll act like I'm a fucking idiot and don't know what the fuck the difference between right click, left click, scroll wheel, um, I don't know what the different keys on a keyboard mean. I'll do that. Or I'll do one even better, and this one scares the shit out of them. I'll literally tell them if you don't fucking get off the phone with me right now, I'm gonna send about 15 viruses into your little network and cause your router and every other computer in the network to start emitting magic smoke. That's and when
You
I
can
say
do it too.
yeah, when you're talking magic smoke, we're talking about the smoke that has the smell of ozone. And if you've ever had a spark happen, you know the smell. It's
Yep.
unmistakable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
had magic smoke working as a test technician. It mostly happened when I burned resistors because of a polarized capacitor soldered in the wrong way.
Yep.
Anyway, fucking with scammers is actually exactly what my mother's father did when he got one of those grandpa scams.
Cool.
He acted like he bit the bait, listened to the guy for a while, and finally asked, I have just one question. How long have you been doing this scam? Click. And that click was not on his end.
Shirley, why are you not
Nice.
on cam?
Um, got something bothering my nose. I really don't want to say it on the air.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But no, messing with the scammers is fun, but only if you know what you're fucking doing and don't get
Yeah.
roped in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Let's,
that's the
let's just
hardest.
say, I turned the tables on the scammer who did me, and basically when I said, I know you're a scammer. I know you have scammed me out of a lot of money, but I'm gonna make sure you don't do it to anybody else.
Yeah. Well, here's the one that really got me funny. Like I was saying, that Microsoft scammer, right? He said, "Sir, I'm not trying to scam you." I'm like, fucking bullshit. If you're not trying to scam me, tell me exactly what apps are installed on my computer, then, bitch.
Yeah.
And here's the trickiest part about that. I don't just have one computer. I don't just have two computers. I don't just have three computers. In this apartment right now, one, two,
Right.
three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, two tablets, two phones, two switches, a 3DS. Yeah, let's just say we got enough devices that good fucking luck.
Good luck.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
luck.
One
But
second.
that multitude of
Plug 'em in.
devices is also a very good defense, because if they're telling you your computer is sending something out, you can be like, "Oh, really? Which computer? What OS is it running?" And that's the best one, because most of them, since they're Microsoft tech support, will always say Windows.
And they won't specify what kind of Windows.
They won't
It won't
specify what
specify
kind,
7, 8, or 10.
or XP, or Vista, or ME, although the chances of you having an ME system connected to the internet nowadays is about as good as my cat growing
Dinosaur
up.
appearing in Central Park.
No, I was going to say my cat growing a pair of wings and flying to Kathmandu and back. Okay, it won't happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I love to do is have a completely different operating system on one of the computers. And I do. I purposely put Linux on at least one of my computers because no one knows much about Linux.
What is Linux anyway? I'm one of them, thank you.
Go ahead, B Button, you probably know.
Linux is if I remember right, a DOS-based and very simple operating system.
Unix.
Unix
Unix.
based, sorry. Now, Unix is similar to DOS in its setup, isn't it?
In a way, yeah. Most Linux systems run what's called the X Windows graphical system, and or Wayland in some instances, that allows you to have kind of a Windows-esque appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, for the most part, Linux is not what Windows is. Okay, Windows runs on what's called a FAT32 or NTFS file system. The file system being the how the computer sorts the data on your hard drive.
Yeah.
Okay, you can run most versions of Windows up to, I think it's 10 actually. You can run them on FAT32 pretty effectively. In Windows 10, they said, fuck FAT32 on a base hard drive. You don't need it. Just use NTFS.
Right.
And yes, NTFS is great. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
When you're talking Linux, though, you're
Whoa!
running.
I almost fell on my ass.
You're running
Oop.
what's called the extensible file system. EXT, either 1, 2, 3, or 4. And 1, you don't really see. 2, you see a lot. 3 has journaling, much more robust, good system. 4, even better. So most Linux systems run on ext4, and they usually have a, a swap partition instead of a swap file. By the way, difference between swap partition and swap file can be a little tangent, but basically, partition's better in every sense of the word. File can be really cloggy on your OS. I'm not a big fan of the file. I'm more of a fan of the partitions, and I wish Windows would get their head out of their ass and allow for swap partitions.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor
Oh,
there.
you know
Anyway,
what?
sorry
What?
about that little rant.
That's okay.
Well, I got one I got to bring up. This is really going to be relevant this time of year because,
Taxes.
well, I think they,
IRS.
yeah.
People are getting
Here's a
their
call
stimulus
that you're never
checks.
going to be. Here's a call that you're never going to be tempted to joke around with. Goes a little something like this. I'm gonna use my own name. This is Agent John McConnell. The IRS has issued a warrant for your arrest. Please call us at this number and be prepared to provide the following information, among them your social security number.
Don't ever, ever, ever fall for that.
Here's
Here's
the th-
there's
Hold on.
go.
Here's the thing, guys. First and foremost, the IRS will never contact you over the phone. If they have any kind of problem with your taxes, they will send you a letter, and it will be obviously from the IRS. Now,
That's
one thing
part
to
one.
keep in mind is that scammers are getting cleverer, and they have found ways to mimic IRS letters. This is part two that I think Frodo's getting at. Don't try, if you get a letter, to mess with it yourself. If you get a call, just hang up and ignore it. If you get a letter, go to a tax preparation service like H&R Block, where I used to work, or go to a tax savvy accountant.
Yep.
Second thing, a lot of times what will happen is you will get a letter either requesting you to attend an audit or telling you that you forgot to file a tax return. If you forgot to file, don't go based on the letter. Instead, either generate yourself or better yet, go to a tax return generation service like H&R Block and have them generate and file the return for you. Here's the thing, folks. This is a scam the IRS pulls. What they will do if you forgot to file is they will generate their version of a tax return for you, and it is going to be one that puts the most money into their pocket that they can get. You generate your own, you're going to get the most money back that you can get. Always go that route. You get a letter from the IRS, take it to a place like H&R Block. If you forgot to file, have them generate and send off the return. Don't ever just pay what the letter says you owe, because more often than not, you actually do not owe it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'll basically do anything to, like, get your money. It's like, unfortunately, it's what happened to me. But um, you know, I realized what had happened, and I started playing games with her. There's this thing called Wire. It's a messenger service,
Yeah.
and I kept in communication with this person. And I said at one point, I said, I know you're scamming me. Said, no, it's not a scam. You'll get your money. You'll get your money for real on the 5th. I said, well, guess what? I won't be getting that money on the 5th. My banks returned the check
Oh,
because they knew it was fraud. So I did not lose any money out of that because nothing happened.
Exactly. And here's another factor that people need to realize. Big companies, Microsoft, Steam, Um, well, that's Valve. Sony. Uh, what other companies can you come up with right off the top of your head, you guys?
Mm,
Netflix.
Quaker Oats.
Netflix.
Let's see.
LG.
Raytheon,
LG.
Northrop Grumman.
Samsung.
All these companies have one thing in common.
Hmm.
They do not want to fuck up their public image.
Exactly.
In business, image is everything. Why do you think when Samsung had the issue with the Note 7s, they did what they did to prevent them from blowing up anymore? Because they realized we fucked up and we don't want to be liable for someone getting killed because our battery exploded in their pocket.
Exactly.
Okay? Image is everything.
Yeah.
And if Microsoft were to be doing what the scammers are doing, you better fucking believe their image would go.
Exactly.
Okay? So, if any big company calls you, and unless you have a way to tell if it's really them, especially if they sound like they're from India or Bangladesh or some other foreign fucking country,
Potentially third world country.
potentially, no matter what company it is, I don't care if it's, and I'm going to use one of John's examples, even though it is a big company, it is local to Cedar Rapids, and that is Quaker
Quaker
Oats.
Oats. Sorry.
Even if they say they're from Quaker Oats and they want to check your response to their newest flavor of oatmeal, I don't give a shit. Quaker Oats is not going to call you to ask your opinion on fucking oatmeal. Because that's a fucking invasion of privacy like no other that no fucking company wants to be associated with.
Right.
Okay? Anytime these kind of scams happen, I just am reminded of that one phrase. One phrase so true, so accurate, and everyone needs to pay very close attention to it. Image is everything.
Yeah.
We today we're scratching the surface of how many different scams are possible. I mean, shit. Surely could start getting into a scam with frickin' Logitech. Not that I think they would do that, but let's just
Hypothetical
throw
situation.
Yeah.
hypothetical. You know, but the thing is, Logitech wouldn't call her asking her opinion on her new purchase. Now
Mm-hmm.
they may email her, but they won't call her phone. Phone calls are so 1990.
Untraceable.
Well, they're untraceable, but they're also 1990.
Yeah.
They're not today's day and age. I mean, phone calls are good, but email is where a lot of business correspondences
Yeah.
happen
Mm-hmm.
nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like, in my office, I'll get like the occasional email from someone saying, "Hey, can you print these 3 sets of manuals and 3 sets of plans? We need it this afternoon." It's like, okay, I'll get it done. So, but yeah, everything is done by email. It's like when I have to put in an order through a website, I get an email confirmation saying, "Hey, you ordered this, right?" It's like, yeah, but yeah, everything is basically done by email nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. You used to be able to go down to the post office to get a change of address, but I had to help my friend Karen do a change of address online. She's not very adept at the computer, so
Okay.
she always calls on me.
Yeah,
But
that's okay.
it used to be you could go down to the post office to change your address, fill out the form down there.
I think you
Uh-uh.
still can, Janet. Some places.
She tried and they directed her to go do it online.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
It's called a house of cards, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Hey,
anyway,
hey, Frodo, did you have something to add to the rant I did about the IRS scam?
No, I was just saying that IRS and other, I mean, the U.S. government is another entity just like any other business. And yes, the government can be seen as a business. So let's just get that straight right now
Yeah.
in many, many ways. That does not want their name drug through the mud because some fucking rogue agent somewhere decided to start a scam using some Department of Interior thing. It doesn't happen. If you get a call from any company, unless you specifically requested that call, do not, do not, do not believe it. In fact, even if you did request the call, approach the call with your shields up.
Yeah. Hmm.
Exactly.
Okay? I don't care what anyone says. Okay? This, a lot of people would say, oh, this is common sense shit. It is.
but a lot of people nowadays don't have the common sense.
It isn't even nowadays, Janet. There was an old saying common sense is not so common.
Yep. And this is a factor that people need to understand. Common sense will tell you if it's legit or not. Another good example. Okay? You're not going to get a call from your local grocery store asking if your freaking service that week when you went to shop
Hmm.
was adequate to your expectations.
Yeah.
It never will happen.
Mm-mm.
So, please, people, while I encourage you to use a modicum of common sense, also think about what me and John have been saying here. And Shirley, and although Mike hasn't really said anything, I'm sure he's in agreement with me.
Mm-hmm.
No company wants their name associated in any way with anything harmful to their customers,
Yeah.
even if that's themselves fucking up. It happens. Shit happens. It really does. But I just wanted to make everything clear. When you get a new browser, install AdBlock Plus. It'll protect you like nobody's business.
Oh shit.
Uh,
Um,
What?
got some breaking news from Lala. DMX. Remember? I don't know if you heard this. Rapper DMX. He suffered a heart attack after some sort of accidental overdose. He has passed away.
Who was
Oh
this?
no,
It's a rapper named DMX.
Oh.
I've heard of him.
Hold on, I'm gonna check this for veracity, not because
Good
I don't trust
idea.
her.
Yeah, just double check and make sure. But it probably is real because I know he had that heart attack and he was on life support basically for the last few days. So it would actually not surprise me if he did.
Um, it doesn't say anything about was yet, but he is in a vegetative state. Hold on.
Okay,
The
looks like according to MSN, he is currently still on life support.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
It's not looking good for him, so if you're the kind of person who would do this, pray for him. But According to MSN, uh, his brain was deprived of enough oxygen that it's been, quote, severely impacted, unquote. So it's possible, if not probable, that he's going to have to be taken off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to say this right now for a conclusion to our subject.
I'm
Okay?
listening.
If you have any questions, I don't care how old you are, I don't care about anything. If you have any questions on the veracity of some phone call or something you've received or some request for information or anything like that, check with the people in your circle. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid. Also, another one, there is a type of malware out there that is a bitch and a half, and I hope to God no one gets it, but the chances of you getting it are there. It's something called ransomware.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that is a bitch to get rid of.
oh, it is. Now, to explain what ransomware is, it's a piece of software that somehow gets involved into your computer and is programmed with an auto execute function. So it treats itself like a virus very much. And what happens is it will tend to encrypt your personal full files and possibly even program files and prevent you from gaining access to what you need to do whatever you do. If you get one of those, it's a bitch to get rid of. Trust me, I've had to get rid of it a couple times, and I wanted to kill the motherfuckers. But if you have to, don't be afraid to go to like Best Buy. They might be able to help you.
Yeah.
Or I got so now sometimes Best Buy, you gotta be careful because they can charge an arm and a leg if you can, if it's available. See if you can find like some smaller local computer repair shop because I
Yep.
do computer associates. You see, they used to be right near the house. Now they're like on the Atlanta highway, but it's still not that far. They have been a godsend, and they don't charge nearly half as much as Best Buy. But like I said, it
Yep.
depends on if it's available in your area. Not everyone's going to
Exactly.
have it. So,
Yep. But I just want everyone to realize that these scams are real and it happens.
oh yeah.
Quick thing with regard to asking questions. You're going to be afraid to look stupid. That's the most common reason that people don't ask questions. You're not going to look nearly as stupid asking for a veracity confirmation of something that sounds suspicious as you are telling a computer repair technician that you clicked on a link you shouldn't have and now you have ransomware.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, I've seen it happen, and it is embarrassing to say the least to say to someone, "Well, I fucked up."
Yeah.
Hard to admit when you're wrong. But just remember this, people. The only dumb question is one that never gets asked.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know?
And always remember, there's never a stupid question. Just people too stupid to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and seriously, if you're checking your email, if you see something like you've never seen this email, you don't know who this person is, blah blah blah, just delete it.
I keep my emails in my box for quite a while. I have right now 61,394 emails in my box.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And there's a reason why I keep that many records.
Ah,
Okay,
that's
it's not and it's not like I'm doing it. When I first got my Gmail account, I was like, I'll clean it out every day. And then I just got to the point where I was like, fuck it.
All right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this is a good place to end it, don't you think?
Yep.
If you
Yeah,
guys
I'd
get
say
a
we've run.
chance, read that article in that John posted.
Okay.
Also, I want to say right now to everyone who listens to the show, thank you for your first time ever for the first Tech Talk. I appreciate you guys coming, and I hope that Tech Talk becomes something that you guys appreciate.
All right. So anyway, tomorrow, of course, it's nearly naughty Mad Libs, and if that does not work, we go to Among Us as a backup. So.
Who besides me is secretly hoping that it doesn't work?
I'm gonna let you guys go.
Okay.
All right, good night,
Later,
Frodo.
Take
Frodo.
care, Frodo.
All right. So yeah, but that's what we got for tomorrow night. So with that in mind, I'm going to play the 10-second ending. I'm just going to borrow attention to one again, since well, basically, we I didn't come up with one yet.
Oops.
What?
Oh, I put a number in the wrong place.
All right.
I was multitasking as during the show.
Oh, in
That's why
other
you should
words,
never try to multitask while programming.
in other words, if you're gonna get a ladder for your fire truck, make sure it's supposed to be 75 feet, not 7.5 feet.
Exactly.
After all, that's what happened in one town because it was on one of Jay Leno's headlines. All right. So with that in mind, I'm gonna say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everyone have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. And we'll see you tomorrow for Nearly Naughty Man Lives / Among Us if it goes wrong. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
Not everyone.